Welcome back to Bay Area Panthers Weekly, everybody. I am Mike Pulaski, and now we are moving over to the defensive side of the ball. So we start with Coach Keefe. He's a DC by nature, defensive guy, defensive back. And we go to Jaime Navarro. Everybody knows the offensive line is kind of the center of the team. That's where it all happens, except for those linebacker types. And right now we got the linebacker type on here with us, BJ Taufalele. And BJ, welcome to the show, man. So the offensive linemen will argue that they are really the center, the nucleus that everybody revolves around. But then other people say defense wins championships. Which one is it?
Defense wins championships.
Yeah, that's the way it goes. It's always defense first. Well, I know with Coach Keefe, it's all about defense, right? Like he loves playing defense. He's a defensive guy by nature. He loves scheming defense. Talk to me. We talked literally the first or second week of the season this year. You have played now defensive end. You've played linebacker. You told us early on you love playing defensive end more than linebacker because you can just kind of cut it loose. Last game, you played that linebacker position. Do you still like defensive end more? What's it like for you?
I don't know. After the last game, I don't know. I think that linebacker side came out of me a lot this last game, and so I think the linebacker side right now has the edge of things. So I would say linebacker.
Yeah, well, yeah, and again, for you, like you're so versatile. You can run, you can rush the passer, you can do it all. Like you're the ultimate Swiss Army knife out there on defense. What does Coach Keefe talk to you about all that stuff?
No, I appreciate that a lot. He definitely likes to utilize my skill set for sure. Like I said, I can do pass rush, drop in coverage, guard people out of the backfield, guard people out in space, fill the gaps, take on old linemen, kind of do it all.
Yeah, having that skill set is pretty special for that position. Let's talk about that last game versus Tucson. Early on, you guys get a big kick return for a touchdown. You get a single play drive for a touchdown. So the defense is out there on the field a lot. What were you thinking early in that game?
Yeah, no, I definitely noticed that from the beginning because I'm on all special teams, and so I was out there on kickoff return, and you want to celebrate a lot, when we get a kickoff return, but then my mind is like, oh crap, I got a field goal. Now I got to run down on kickoff. Now I'm back on defense, so it's give and take. But hey, we'll take the points anytime.
Yeah, and that's part of the problem with being the Swiss Army knife. They also put you on every single special team too, right? So you get
Yeah.
kind of tired, you get gas for it. You we talked off camera a little bit beforehand. You said that your body feels fantastic right now. There was a middle of the season, you had a little bit of an injury and you missed a couple games. Talk about what that was like for you having to sit out those games.
Definitely hard. A humbling experience it always is. Seeing the game from a different perspective, watching it from the stands, not watching it through the face masks. It definitely put things into perspective for me to never take this game for granted because you'll never know when it'll be done.
Yeah, for sure. One of the worst things for the psyche for a professional athlete, for any athlete really, but for a professional athlete especially, is to get injured because we're always, we're always being told there's another guy coming for our spot, right? We're always competing for our spot. We're always competing for that next thing. And all of a sudden we're injured. And there's an old code where they say, you don't want to replace an injured player. You don't lose your job because of injury, but it happens time and time again. Call it getting Wally Pipp, the old Mickey Mantle story, right?
Yeah.
Wally Pipp gets moved out because Mickey Mantle shows up and never gets replaced again. So that's tough for the psyche. Then how does it feel for you to get back on the field now and to be playing with your teammates?
Oh, man, it's one of the greatest feelings ever. Like to be able to get back out there and just let loose. And like I said, really put things into perspective where like, shoot, I can be one of those people in the stands right now. Um, I definitely like watching the game through a face mask rather than up in the stands. So it was great.
No doubt about it. In the second half, your defense really came alive versus Tucson last week. What were the adjustments that you guys make, or did you just start playing at a different level?
I think it was more so just a mindset change. We're at the end of the season. Season's real long. Your mind starts to think about, oh, there's a whole bunch of different things going on right now, on and off the field. It was more so just, do your job on the field. Just do your 1/8. Don't worry about anything else. Do what you got to do every single play. Take one play at a time. Shoot, that's what we did. And it showed.
Yeah, it definitely showed up that second half. 3 total takeaways. You came into that game, I think it was plus 17, and then you get 3 takeaways. You give one up, so it's ended up plus 19 on the year. It's pretty good for a defense to get that many takeaways in a year. Your team leads the league in interceptions. Trey Meadows is just off the charts in terms of his interceptions here. Talk about how what you guys do up front and the pass rush, how that helps the secondary.
Oh, if we are able to speed up the process, I mean, as a quarterback, everything's timed. There's a timing to everything. 1, 2, he's gonna break off of this 6 step. I'm gonna hit it before he even looks at me as a quarterback. And so as people up front, linebackers and D line, we got to interrupt that timing. And if we're able to interrupt it just by a half a second, that's all the DB needs to make a move on the play. And I feel like we did that, and we worked great front end, back end, and that's why we were able to make so many plays.
Yeah, and we had Trey Meadows on the show several times this year. Talk about what he's like out there as a leader for this defense.
Oh, he's one of the silent types. He leads by example. He's not a raw type of player. He definitely, like I said, keeps to himself. But when the pads come on and the helmet comes on, if there's somebody you need to rally behind or somebody you need to look to help lift up the team or something like that, it's definitely him. And he did that a lot.
Yeah, no doubt. Yeah, he seems to show up in the biggest moments of the game. He got the defensive play versus Vegas last week. He got the big interception in the end zone this week. And Coach Keefe very smartly threw the challenge flag. There's an alignment rule in indoor football where you can't have a receiver within 3 yards of the end of the line of scrimmage from the lineman. And as Tucson was going into their 1-minute drill and trying to hustle the ball downfield, they're getting down there. They got set up. Well, receiver was right on the edge, and Coach Keefe throws the flag, and he sees this. And that's one of those things that one of those experienced coaches see. It sets back the offense. And now Trey Meadows comes out, and he's able to get an interception on the very next play. And so, it all comes together. You guys rushing the passer, Trey playing good defense, Coach Keefe doing his part as a coach, picking that out, seeing it, and getting that challenge. Talk about what it's like to be a part of this defensive unit.
Oh, man. I'll tell you for sure, having the talent that we have on this defense and the coaching that we have from our coaching staff, it's like literally what we talked about in Tucson. If you just trust the scheme, do your job every single play, just your job, you're going to make plays regardless. I never feel like I'm ever out of place scheme wise. I'm always I'm always placed like where I need to be. I just need to make the play. And I feel like that's all of us as a defense. We're always set up to be successful. And I love that because then if we're able to be successful, then that's when, you see the flashy plays, interceptions, fumbles, big sacks, big hits, and things like that. So I love it. I love being a part of this defense.
Yeah, that's awesome. One of your other teammates that went off this game was Jonathan Ross. He was getting off. As a linebacker, I know you're doing your job, but when dudes are getting off like that, do you notice it? And what was the chatter like in the huddle?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. It's definitely I love feeding off of other people, right? And I love it when people can feed off of me. And so like when somebody makes a big play, you can see it on film. Next time somebody makes a big play, for anybody watching this, even you yourself, Mike, look at everybody else. Everybody's hands are up, everybody's celebrating, everybody's doing their little dances here and there. And so it's just about having fun and we as players love making plays so that everybody else can rally behind and make their own plays.
And I love that about the game. I tell people all the time, football is the greatest game in the world because it cannot be a one-player game, right? In baseball, you go out and hit a long knock, right? You hit a home run, and you're like the guy, but dude's just sitting on the bench, maybe over there playing cards. They don't even know it, right? Whereas in football, if one dude doesn't get his job done, then everybody is off because it's a total team game. And so, and teams that win and teams that play together are great teams to play for. I love that fact. Well, this win got you guys the number 1 seed overall for the whole playoffs. Talk about what that means to your team.
Oh, it's definitely it's a goal we set. We set our team goals at the beginning to first clinch the playoffs, second clinch a home playoff game, third clinch first seed so that we don't have to go nowhere for the playoffs. We got home field advantage all the way through, and then of course the ultimate goal, well, make it to the championship and then win the damn thing.
Yeah, for sure. And it's nice. Kevin Richardson and I were talking about it, that you guys got to go down to Tucson this late in the season because that championship game is going to be in Tucson. So how do you think that helps you for that game?
Yeah, it was kind of funny. It's all in good timing. Definitely later on in the season, we got a good feel on like, every place is different, lighting, atmosphere, um, things that are inside the arena, right? You played. I mean, they have some places have the big screen in the middle. They have the speakers. They have no big screens, lower ceilings, higher ceilings, and so I think we definitely got a great feel for how, how it's gonna go.
Yeah, down in Tucson for sure. This week you got to go on the road back to Massachusetts. So that is a big time road trip. You are getting about as many miles as you can get in this league. Talk about what that's going to be like for your team. What is it like to travel with this team, and how do you make the most of it?
I think it's great. The number one thing we all do, and like one of our models on the road is to stick together. Whether that's on the field or off the field. And so we do a lot of like um, team activities while we're out on the road, and so it definitely keeps the camaraderie like really high. The chemistry is always building, and then, we're all just having a good time. And so if you're having a good time, it's gonna be a good time off and on the field.
Yeah, so I saw you guys all competing in what is it, Connect Four down in the lobby in this last hotel room. Talk about that. Talk about how you guys. I mean, it's always great on teams how everybody's always competing. Although you're all together, you're all on the same team, you're all still competing.
The competition never stops. It never stops. Before we were playing before the game, the day before the game, even in the morning, the game, like the game day of, and then right after the game, we came back and everybody was right back at it. Even after the game, we're all exhausted and everything, but we still had to get that extra win on in Connect Four.
That's it, man. Elite athletes have to compete at everything, right? You got to get the win at everything you do. It's just one of those things that drives us, that makes us kind of get to that level. What do you have to do personally this final game and then throughout the playoffs to help your team win?
Just do my job. That's the number one thing we always talk about is just do my job at the highest level possible. And of course, for everybody on our team, stay healthy. We need everybody on this roster to be healthy going into the playoffs because you never know what can happen. It's football. And so definitely just do my job, stay healthy, and then it's going to be a good time in the playoffs.
I love it. I love the smile that you bring to this, man. I love just the sense of you being the player that you are, and I appreciate watching you play this year. BJ, thank you for coming on here tonight. Big thanks to head coach Rob Keefe and to Jaime Navarro for coming on as well. Don't forget, this week you can catch the game right here, KMBR 1050, kicking off at 4:05 Pacific time. Our pregame show starts at 3:50, July 25th. It's Friday night. You can catch us here live for the Bay Area Panthers. I'm Mike Pulaski. This has been Bay Area Panthers Weekly. We'll catch you again next week after the Massachusetts game as we get ready to go into the playoffs. Thanks for listening.